Good morning. You know we have to cover up. That's the first thing. No makeup today, but I leave a little lip gloss. My name is Penny. If you're finding me for the first time, welcome to our morning talk. If you're my regular fan, good morning to you. It is 50 degrees in New Jersey. It's cold, but we are here trying to make ends meet. So how you doing? Today is Tuesday. I believe it's the 5th of December, if not the 6th. I don't even know what date is it today. Let me just give the right date. September, December. Today is Tuesday the 6th. Okay, so how you doing? By the way, I'm reading this book. It's a very nice book. It's an interesting book. It's better to bite your tongue than to eat your words. Okay, the writer is Dr. Mike Bechetela. It's a wonderful book. So how you doing? As you come in, please share this video. Today we are going to talk about regret. Oh my goodness, let me just brush my eyebrows a little at least. Okay, we are going to talk about regret. Paris, good morning. Betty, good morning. Wasibori, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm grateful that you're here. So we're going to talk about regret, things you wish you shouldn't have, you would have done a little different. And I don't think a lot of people realize how bad regret can be, or how life damaging if you spend too much time regretting, how that can destroy you. Regret can occupy your mind literally the whole day. You are not going to be able to do anything because you're just going to think of how you could have done things a little different. But you know what? You did not do them a little different. You just did not do it. So regret can cause anxiety. Every time you start thinking about things you should have done a certain way, you get anxious. And when you get anxious, your body functions stop working the way they're supposed to work, like your organs, your heartbeat, your brain. You start feeling sick. Regret can lead to depression because if you stay in that zone for too long, you're going to start feeling like sick. Before you know it, you'll be in bed. You can't even get up. A lot of people who have low self-esteem, anybody that is over 18 most of the time with low self-esteem, is because they spend too much time regretting things they could have done different. I wish I did. I wish I did. They spend too much time. And if you regret a lot, you regret like all the time, you're going to feel defeated. You're going to feel like, you know what, you're just going to give up. Because you know what, when you're looking back, you feel like you cannot win. And yesterday, my husband was watching something, and he showed me a clip of a group of, I wish I can share that clip, I'll find it. A group of people who are running, and they were doing the hurdles. One lady fell on the second hurdle, and the rest kept going. You know, she got up right away and kept running, and she won. So if you spend too much time on regret, you're going to feel helpless, and then you're going to have no hope. You're going to have a hopeless life because you're spending too much time thinking, you know what, had I. If you spend too much time, had I, you're going to miss the future. Tomorrow is on the 7th. Tomorrow is the 7th. You're not going to make the 7th a better day than the 6th, because you know what, you're spending so much time regretting, you know what, I should have done. Why didn't I? You keep saying, I should have. Why didn't I do this? When you spend so much time looking back, you're doing the wrong thing. You're occupying a brain that is supposed to be doing something more productive so you can have a better future. Especially for those of you who are not financially stable. When I look at my finances, there's a time I did, I remember I showed you guys my planner. Sometime, I believe it was June, I sat down and I did my financial evaluation, June or May. I did my financial evaluation and I looked at my finances and said, oh, this is where I am with my money. And I told myself, you know what? I can't regret, because most of the money I put it in business. Most of the money, maybe I put it on things that really I valued. So I didn't feel bad. But at the same time, I told myself that, you know what? I need to squash this debt in half. I'm trying to find out where I put that. Remember that. Remember, you guys, I came here and I told you that, oh yes, it was July the 13th. I even put it here on the planner. I calculated the total amount that I owe and I put it down. I did not regret for being you know, owing this much money, because I looked back how much money I was making, how much money I was spending. I was happy because I had created memories, but I don't want to regret. So I have to find a way to squash this debt. This is July 13, 2022. So I gave myself another 6 months to finish this debt. When you're looking back, you are saying things that you should have done and you didn't do. Some of you never traveled. You are 40 years old. You never went on a vacation. You never took time to go to the park. You never went out to eat. Some of you are 50, 60 years old, 70 years old. It's never too late. There are things you could have done and you didn't do. One of the things I was looking back, I think it was yesterday, a couple months ago, was not buying a life insurance policy when I was younger and healthy. Although I'm younger and healthy now, I came to buy my life insurance, my full-term life insurance, or I came to get knowledge of life insurance when I was way older. I should have known and bought this thing long time ago. I spent a couple seconds regretting. Then I said, what is regret going to do to me? I'm 49 years old. I still have a long way to go. And I'm going to go ahead and, you know, purchase this. It's called full life insurance. It's going to cost me, but it's okay. I know how to make the money, and I know how I'm going to balance the books, so that way I can have that policy for my children. We regret because of, you know what, we should have been divorced earlier. No, there are lessons you learned while you were in that marriage, that even if now you're divorced, you can look back and say, you know what, you learn. You regret for not going to school. It's never too late to learn. Pick your bags and just go back to school. You regret for not taking photos when you were in high school. Everybody is posting, especially Throwback Thursday. Brings a lot of sadness. When I look at the posts people post, I see a lot of people being so sad because they never created memories. It's never too late to create memories. You didn't take pictures in high school. You didn't take pictures all these years you've been in America. You didn't do any kind of documentation. It's never too late. It's never too late to start that life that you now look back and say, you know what, I should have. A lot of you don't even spend time with your parents. Some of you have parents and you live in other parts of the world. You literally don't have time to go sit with your mother. You literally don't have time to go sit with your father. And when they die, you feel so bad. You spend so much feeling so sad. If they are gone, they are gone. Whether you're depressed, whether you're anxious about it, whether you're sad, they are gone. That thing, you cannot bring it back. But if you have parents today, get up, make time, get a calendar and spend time with your parents. Because you know what? Most people who start missing their parents, they did not spend time with their parents. Your children, you're raising your children. You're spending so much time working. You're choosing money over your children. Your children are growing. Once your children grow, you find that you have no pictures of you with your children at the park. You find that you have no pictures of you and your children during Christmas. You have no pictures of you and your children during vacation, summer holiday, when schools close. You have no memories. You've created no memories. Don't regret too much, because if you regret too much, it's going to interfere with your future. You do not have a future if you spend too much time on the regretting zone, because the regretting zone is on all of us. There are things we should have done. Some of you, I was reading an article and I did share, some people are regretting for having children. I know so many people who gave birth to children, and these children have developmental disabilities, and some of the children, the men or the women they had them with, they didn't like them. And when they were debating, should I have an abortion? Should I have not abortion? Should I keep? And eventually when they kept the children turned out to have developmental disabilities. They are thinking, I wish I should have had that abortion. But guess what? You did not have the abortion. The children are here. Now you're telling me you don't know what to do with these children. You don't want to drop them in a developmental center. You don't know what to do with the kids. If you're spending so much time regretting for having these children, nothing is going to change. Because if you kill these kids, you're going to go to jail for that. You cannot harm someone because you don't like them. It is illegal to do that. So we are looking and we are regretting. Your children are not turning out okay. Your children are abusing drugs. You have had mothers say, I wish I didn't have these children. Try to forgive yourself. That's what you're going to do. Have compassion on yourself. Feel sorry for yourself and acknowledge that, you know what, oh my goodness. Give yourself grace. Say that, you know what, I really messed up. But don't stay on that zone. Acknowledge your feelings. It's okay to feel that you didn't make the right choices. You chose the wrong spouse. You chose the wrong friends. You didn't spend time with yourself. You made wrong decisions. Acknowledge that, because we all do that. There's nobody who can sit here and tell you that all their life choices are perfect. We've all made bad choices. Acknowledge that, you know what, Penny, you really, it's okay. Don't feel bad. The reason why we have a lot of issues with our relationships, it's because we live in the past. Forget about the past. Leave the past behind. You are supposed to learn from the past. You are not supposed to leave the past, because the past is painful for a lot of us. There is nobody who has a good story about the past. There is a few of us that have beautiful stories. But once you turn 18, from age 18 and up, you really have a dark past, because you know what, things happen to you, you have no control over. Your mom can't protect you, your father can't protect you. There is nobody who can protect you from your past once you turn 18. You know? Once you turn 18, it's over. Becky, actually, this scarf, we got it from Italy. Oh, somebody asked me this morning where I got this scarf. And I said Columbus. What? Oh, gosh. I didn't know it was an Italian scarf. Yeah. So don't spend too much time. Because you know what? That zone, everybody went to that zone. And if you live there, you will never move to the future. Because the future is going. People are still doing things. They are catching on. And again, accept. Oh, you have I didn't know. My goodness. I have memory loss anyway. Italy. Accept that you actually made bad choices. Accept. There's a few good choices that you made. But accept that you made really bad choices. There are times. No lying. It's not like I don't like my husband like that. It's not like I don't like the kids like that. It's not like I don't like the dogs like that. There are times I look back, I'm like, how did I get in this? Because initially, all along, marriage didn't look too good. I was not planning to get married. 100%, I can tell you, I even journaled that. How I found myself married is still a puzzle I still have to put together. How I found myself with 4 children, a puzzle I still have to get put together. How I just calmed down and I stopped drinking and smoking and going to the club. I don't even know how those things just evaporated. But I can tell you it's God's grace. Because I was the people that was planning to live the life. But how I found myself being a wife. Imagine I'm somebody's wife. Humble, nicely, really trying to put this family together. How that happened, I just still don't know. Because I'm here with a family, 4 children, a husband. There's another child in Kenya. And I'm as happy as I can be. How that happened, only God knows. But I had to forgive myself, because initially my choices, I had decided I wasn't marrying these men who were like just disrespectful. There were no men at the time that I knew that I could really tolerate. Because I looked at my dad. My dad was harsh. I looked at my brothers. I looked at the cousin. And you know, I was in an environment that it was toxic to be married. So marriage wasn't a choice. But how I ended up getting married and I have a family, it is by God's grace. You look back and you're like, wow, you know, I'm here. But you cannot live in the past, because the past is painful for a lot of us. Allow yourself to heal. There are things I went through when I first came to America. I should say the first 2 years of my life. Those things, my God, there is nobody who can mistreat me. There is nothing that you can do to me now. Right now, my nerve endings, I have no nerve endings. All my suffering has already been done. All the pain has already been endured. I'm not enduring any more pain. So forgive yourself for even allowing yourself to go through that pain. Because you know, one of my sisters told me, oh, if it was me who was going through those things, I could have packed my bags and gone back to Kenya. Hey? Then I could have not found this husband. Now I could have not had the children. Now I could have not had my dogs. I could have not had the life that I have now if I had packed my stuff and went back home, because I went through hell. My first 2 years in America were hell. But you know what? I forgive myself for putting up with those things. And when I tell people that I can be quiet and suffer, it is even hard to tell, because this mouth, you know, at that time, those 2 years, I didn't have a mouth because I was afraid of being deported. I was living in fear. But you know what? That is my past. My past is what makes Penina today. The things that I've gone through is what makes me who I am. So don't spend too much time thinking about your painful past. Go to that zone, but that zone is a zone to recharge you, to tell you that, you know what, Becky, let me drink water. Where is my water? Let me drink tea. That zone, spend a little time in that zone of my 2 years in America to energize me and tell me, Penina, you got this. Penina, you did it. When I look at my life when I was growing up in Nyando Chevere, I'm like, I pat myself in the back. I'm like, wow, that was hard. I used to pick tea. I was fighting with snakes in the garden. I was going to the posho mill. My mom was sending me left, right. I should not live there. That is the energy that I get. When I remember those things, that's how I'm energized. I want a good life. I'm trying to buy a Range Rover. I don't know how. Because my father had a Land Rover. Growing up, oh my goodness, that his car was his car. He was not giving us rides. I used to look at him like, what kind of father is this who's not giving his children a ride? He's sending us to go fetch water from far, far away, and this guy had a Land Rover. I'm thinking like, really? What was that? I was thinking I'm suffering. But at the same time, now that I'm raising my children, I'm subjecting my children to certain things, and they're looking at me and they're saying, why are you putting us through this? But guess what? I have to, because you know what? I'm providing for them. Anything they don't like, they want something better that I can give, they can work for it. I wanted something more from my dad he couldn't give. I had to work for it. To have this car, to have the Range Rover, you know? You have to work towards those things that you want that you are not able to get. There's nobody who's going to make it possible for you. Create a new set of goals. My goals, let me tell you. It is so funny. Let me tell you, you can set goals and then after a while, they just become no goals. My number one greatest goal in life was to own a car. Owning a car for the past 30 years is meaningless. After you set goals and you achieve these goals, with time, all those things you've achieved become meaningless. A car means absolutely nothing. Because at the time, I thought owning a car was like a big thing. It's not. Once you start setting those goals, you practice these goals, they say between 20 and 60 days. In fact, Becky, this book is really good. Once you set those goals and you're practicing them and you nail it, it becomes normal. It becomes normal to have $10,000. It becomes normal to have $20,000. It becomes normal to have $30,000. It becomes normal to have money in the bank account. When you've been without money, when you've been broke, you have nothing, it becomes normal to go and buy a bag for $200. All those things you cannot manage to do, once you achieve them because you've practiced so much, they all become normal. Create those goals and achieve them. They mean nothing. I used to be hungry all the time. I was so hungry. Believe me, there is no food I don't have. I have food. There is no food I can't afford. It became normal. My goal in life was to afford ice cream. I don't even eat ice cream anymore. Growing up, ice cream is something you could not afford. I go to a point that ice cream is nothing. Now I'm eating things I don't even know. I don't know what these are. These are called, I saw them, they are called edamame wasabi. They are like little peanuts for protein. This thing costed me like $4. I don't even know what it is. I'm able to make money to buy little stupid food that is unnecessary, because I set the goal to work hard to get money so I can afford food. So once you set these goals, you're not living in the past, and you achieve these goals, they become normal. The other thing, talk to someone, and that's why I talk here. You see, now I've seen Evelyn has said, Penny, you're the only true motivational speaker. Not many people talk about their past deeds. You touch me every other time you speak. Stay blessed. You see, that is from Evelyn. Because you know what? I live in my past, but I also live in my present, and I'm looking forward to the future. Okay? So, let me read. Right. Regrets, take care of my mom till she passes away. I wasn't there for her. Because I'm living in Australia. I was sending money but my sister, but I don't know what happened. It's so painful. Yes, you feel bad. You have to make that time. If there is a way you can make time to take care of your parents when they're living, do that. Now, talk to someone. I come here to talk for free. Okay? Talk to someone. I believe in reading. I did myself counseling, because you know what? By profession, I've worked as a counselor. I went to school to learn to talk to people who are not okay. Right? I educated myself. I am where I am today because of what I do for me. Right? What I do for me is to self-counsel. I can self-counsel easily. I can give myself therapy. But if you're a banker, if you are like an engineer, if you're a journalist, go talk to a counselor. A counselor is trained. I have read on how to get myself to where I am. What I'm sharing is what I learned. I went to a class, I sat and listened, and I learned to move from that zone. Okay? And you need to come into terms and accept that regret is going to cause you anxiety. Regret is going to cause you depression. Regret is going to give you low self-esteem. Regret is going to make you feel hopeless. Regret is going to make you feel helplessness. Regret is going to keep you in poverty. Regret is going to make you to take medication. Regret is going to make you not to have friends. Let me tell you something about friends. I am so blessed, and I say blessed, to know that I choose friends. I have a conscious mind, me, to choose friends. Because I went by without friends. After I found out myself in that zone of marrying, getting married and having children, I was just so lost in my family. Then I said, it took me 17 years to say that, you know what, I need to find friends. Because after leaving Kenya, I left friends. I came here at 19, no friends, because I could not find people who we had something in common. Thank God to social media. Mark Zuckerberg, may the Lord God bless you and bless you for the generations to come. This Facebook, my dear God Jesus, this Facebook changed my whole world. I don't know what I could have done without Facebook. 2017, I created the Facebook page. I started actually meeting friends on Facebook around 2012, 2013. But 2017, I created the global Kissy groups. And I started meeting people. Let me tell you, my God, where have all these people that I met here been? I've met men and women that I choose to make friends. People that I choose, I can get in a flight to go see. People that can get in a flight can come and see me. There is nothing beautiful like choosing a friend. Family members, you don't have a choice with them. What choice do you have with them? Absolutely nothing. Your family members, you are stuck with them, whether you like it or not. It's a permanent situation. But friendship that you are going to deal with every day, you're traveling together, you're sharing ideas together, you choose. I am so happy to tell you this morning that I know and I'm aware I need to choose my friends. If you see me and I used to be your friend and I don't talk to you anymore, I'm not going to call you and tell you that, you know what, you did not meet my terms and conditions. I just drop you like a bad habit, quietly. Because I don't have a responsibility to fix you, because I'm fixing myself. If I'm working on myself, I'm not going to spend so much time fixing my friends. I want a friend who's willing to fix themselves. So if we are skating, we can skate. If we are hiking, we can hike. If we are swimming, so I'm meeting friends with where I am interested in. My children are grown now. Right now, I'm passionate about traveling. I need a friend that is willing to travel with me. I need a friend that is willing to walk with me. I need a friend that is willing to start a business idea. I just don't want to call you and gossip. We gossip just, a little bit, because we are human. We do a little bit. Tiny. Out of 100%, we just need to gossip 1%. Let us leave the 99% to us. Because for me, I have 4 children. I have a husband. I have my mom. I have my siblings. I have so many people that I have to care for. I don't want to occupy my mind with other people's things. So 1% I can give it to gossip. But 99% I need to bring it back to me. So I'm so blessed to say that I have the ability to choose friends. And so do you. Choose friends that are going to empower you. Choose friends that are going to remind you. Choose friends that know your past. Choose friends that can understand your past so they can help you get to the future. Because if you surround yourself with people who are negative, you're not going anywhere. If you surround yourself with people who are drunk every weekend, you're always going to be drunk. Find friends that suit your goals. That's how you're going to succeed. Thank you for watching. Share this video. And I truly appreciate for taking your time to watch me. And you know what? Giving me your time. That is so precious to you. I would like to inspire you. I hope I did that this morning. And I'd like to teach you something. I hope you learned something. And I'd like you to do things that bring people together. When you're doing things, don't do things that create division. Do things that can bring people together, because we are a community. We depend on each other. You cannot do it by yourself. You need a community to do things with you. You need people to hold you when you're down. Cheers and thanks for watching.